We are with another Woods Report. So tonight is our review on Love and Marriage D.C.
Because there's different ones.
Season 1, Episode 3.
I didn't realize that.
I know.
When you say the word, when you say the title, and you can see, there's other
There's
ones.
Huntsville and all that. So this one is Love and Marriage D.C. Episode 3. My sister turning on the Facebook.
Who thinks to turn your volume down? You use your volume.
All right, here we go. All right, so this was an episode. I labeled this "Winter is Cold is Coming for Winter" or something like that, because everybody was coming for winter.
Yeah,
on this one.
Cold is coming for winter.
I don't even remember what I titled this thing, but it's something along those lines. So we open up with Ashley on winter.
I guess it's good they have winter in there because she adds a little flavor.
And
as
Ashley,
because if you think about it,
because everybody else is boring.
If it was just the three of the ladies without winter,
right?
And then they added that other lady.
We'll talk about that.
I think Ashley was trying to who are you?
All right, here we go.
Who this woman?
Yeah, let's go. Okay, so they go back because they ended off the last episode with the dinner,
right? The vegan dinner,
and they was going. Ashley and Winter was going back and forth about pretty much. DJ Quick kind of started it off by saying.
DJ Fun Size.
Was Linda called him DJ Fun Size?
Because he's
how are you gonna talk about being a marriage person? It's like a person that does hair when their hair ain't done, a person who does nails, their nails aren't done.
Because I have gone to hairstylists who hair wasn't together.
Exactly.
And
they do good though.
They do good. And one of the girls I asked, their reason was they don't have time.
Exactly.
They're always putting it into.
But that's why Ashley was saying that's not the same with this. This is marriage. But Winter kind of came back and was saying similar to, because I've had so many failed ones, I should be the main person and should be able to tell people what to look out for. That's kind of was her little her little spin on it. So what do you think? Do you think that's a good spin on that?
If a person is supposed to be a relationship expert, right, and they relationships are
never
messy.
Work out.
Messy.
Are they saying more about what you shouldn't be doing, or are they saying more what you should be doing?
I guess it depends. Like Ashley had a point. How far do you go with you had a failed marriage?
Right.
You should have learned from that.
Right.
A second marriage is messy.
Right.
Girl,
but she said,
you're not learning.
But Ashley
your
said,
own advice.
I'll give you the first marriage.
Yeah.
Because he cheated on you. That's not your fault.
You can't do nothing about that.
But the second marriage, how you not going to know this man lived with his mom?
Yes.
And he didn't have no car.
Thank you. Those are important
things. And she's a grown woman.
Thank
you. She's 40 years old.
It'd be different if she was 18, right out of high school. You're kind of silly. I haven't been to his house.
So I thought that was kind of weird. And she blamed it on COVID. No, but you married him.
Yes, that's another thing. Date him until you really have seen.
I can understand
the environment where he's from.
If she dated him and found all this stuff out, but she married him. That was stupid. That was stupid. Yes. So I agree with Ashley on that.
Yeah,
she shouldn't be advising anybody on how to a marriage or what to do in a marriage.
She needs to take responsibility that
she needs to find another career.
Ooh.
That's pretty much what Ashley is saying. You need to find another career. You good at talking. Maybe give people advice on being a business person or something, because Ashley was saying I'm not saying you are not successful. Maybe she should change and stop talking about marriage so much and talk more about loving yourself and how do you pick up after a broken marriage or something.
Here's the thing. Here's a spin on that.
Oh.
How many psychiatrists? How many?
I know have problems at home.
Have some issues themselves,
and they marriage counselors.
And I think I'm taking this from experience.
Or pastors.
It's easy to give advice. You got good knowledge of what they should and shouldn't do, what you've read, what you've even experienced and others experienced, but your house is messy.
So that's like saying a pastor, how he gonna preach on stuff that he don't even listen to or follow. You preaching on marriage in the pulpit, and you got you messing around with women in the church.
You preaching on how to teach your kids to behave,
and your kids don't even like you.
They acting crazy.
So that's the same thing, I guess.
Yeah.
But don't get mad at people for calling you out for it. Yeah. If you gonna do it, then stand in it. And understand that if people don't call you out for it, they're going to call you out for it.
Just receive it. And go, yeah, you're right.
So they start off with that, go back and forth, the arguing. Monique decides she wants to introduce a game. Again, Monique is being messy.
Yeah.
So she says...
Who's to say the producers not said to do this?
Right. So, the game is, what's your fantasy? Or what is your fantasy or something?
Yeah.
And DJ Quick changed it to, who's your crush? Who's your crush? Your famous crush. And Monique was like, no, he's not changing what he's trying to come in my house and change my game. Whatever.
I'm the hostess.
So that got them on talking about, Ashley said DJ Quick's famous crush is Rihanna. And she said that'll never happen.
Oh. Rihanna, first of all, is how many feet taller than him?
Oh my God, Rihanna's a statue over DJ Quick.
Thank you.
But even then, she was just making it like yours could never possibly happen. And then he said, but yours is Uncle Jesse from Full House.
Yes.
First of all, everybody was laughing. That's not a laugh. Jesse was good looking, and he still is.
Yeah, he is.
Don't sleep on Uncle Jesse from Full House. That's not a normal white guy.
Right, he's a nice looking white guy.
That's a Brad Pitt type of dude.
Yeah, as they get older.
Don't be sleeping on him. What you laughing at him? They act like he said somebody that you would laugh at.
Funny, like Pee Wee Herman or something.
Black women was liking Uncle Jesse on Full House.
And she still do.
Yeah. And actually, I think he looks better now than he did back then.
But here's the thing about Ashley that I'm trying to be calm, not to say my tongue, know. She ain't all as cute as she acting.
Everybody keep telling her she's beautiful.
She's not.
What they keep telling her she is.
Okay, if we watch The Housewives of Potomac,
and people keep telling you
somebody
that she's
like Giselle,
right?
You would expect a Giselle to say,
yes.
I won't have any problems with any of my questions.
Let me tell you one thing.
Up to him, he would like me.
I would tell you one thing right now, and I don't care who agree with me watching or not.
Okay.
There's not too many dudes Giselle couldn't holler at.
Probably.
Bottom line, Giselle is, as much as she get on my nerves, Giselle is pretty.
She's a nice looking woman.
And she could slide in some celebrity DMs and they would respond.
Ashley talks as if
she could.
And throughout the show, you notice she was bragging on her bud, bragging on everything. And I'm like...
But Winter kind of came back at her because she was saying, well, back in the day, like, in other words, she told her husband, you could never get Rihanna. But I can slide in some DMs.
Yeah.
It's easy now for me to be able to go to somebody's DMs and slide in there. And and Winter was... You gonna do what? Oh, and Winter was like, kind of like calling her out on that. Like, no. And Ashley took offense to that.
Yes.
Like, I can't...
Because I can kind of see... I think she was throwing shade when she even made an accusation that it's because of her husband.
She made an accusation that if you do slide in somebody's DMs and they respond, it's because of your husband.
Because he's famous.
If they respond, it's because
they ain't coming at you.
It ain't because of you.
You dropped dead
gorgeous.
And
she got offended by that.
Yeah, she got her feelings hurt.
Like, oh, you trying to say I need my husband?
Yeah, you do.
Ashley.
You need your husband.
Yes, you wouldn't be on this show if it wasn't for your husband.
Nobody know you.
If you was trying to be on this show right now, why would you be on this show if it wasn't for your husband?
Thank you. They wouldn't just call you on the show because your husband is
right. No,
she
Monique can say
yes.
She's because of her.
Yes,
she don't need Chris.
Right.
Monique can say I can slide into some DMs and they'll respond because I'm Monique from Real Housewives
of They knew her as
don't
well.
Nobody know you.
No, Ashley, I still don't.
Not to slide in somebody's DMs, and you not Giselle.
Thank you.
You don't look like Giselle.
But she thinks she does.
But that's all right. It's okay.
Go ahead.
All right. So that was that whole thing.
Yeah.
Both of them crazy. Winter and Ashley. The whole lot of them was crazy.
The funny thing about it is that DJ Quick, he brought that question up, but yet he gonna slam. Who was it that? Because Monique's husband said, "Man, you the one brought the question.
Yeah, you the one brought the question to the table.
All upset and stuff.
Exactly.
I dare you get upset, but you put the question on the floor."
And Chris felt bad for bringing up Winter's husband because they threw him up
and they told
and they was showing Chris. He was just sitting there like, "I hate I brought this man's name."
And Chris, she didn't bring him up.
And Monique was just sitting back, just enjoying all of. Monique is messy this season.
Yeah, you think?
So that we'll talk about her later, but
yeah.
So now they go on to Raina and Jamie. They go running. Apparently, Raina runs all the time. She does marathons and everything.
Like this show, you're learning a little
bit
more
about
them.
And she looks in the shade. She looks in the shade.
Yeah, she likes to run. And she's and her husband. You can keep up with me.
Yeah, he's not in the shade.
She did a 10-mile thing. I guess they did together.
So then the conversation of the infidelity comes up again, and him saying that he don't like that she shared that much information with the group, which she really didn't share that much. She just was saying that she never called him.
Yeah,
pretty much.
And that helps him in a
way.
But
no one has ever said he didn't. Right. It just said she never called him.
And he got a little attitude.
Yeah. But he don't like the fact that she telling their business.
But she was saying, I'm keeping it real. They asked me.
Right. But you notice, this girl keep going with this fan.
Ceiling fan. It's too high.
The thing is, what I notice is, I don't like how he talks to her.
I don't either.
You noticed that, didn't you?
Yes.
It's little slide thing. It's not like, I don't know how it is. How you say that word? It's little digs.
But what I learned about Irena, her personality
matches him.
She's laid back in a sense where she's like the bridge to keep the things.
She don't like drama.
She don't like drama. She likes people to get along, and she's very.
So she lets him get away with those little things.
Because he knows he can.
Yeah, but you noticed it too.
He couldn't deal with a Monique as a wife.
No, but
he couldn't deal with Ashley as a wife.
But you noticed
the right wife,
and you can tell the way that they trying to film it, you can tell the producers picked up on it, because they zoom in on that when he does those little digs, and they make sure we hear him.
And she's just kind of like because she's not non-confrontational.
Yeah,
she just kind of like lets it. Honey, well, I thought I was answering the question.
I don't like that
because you want to get to a point. Look, Negro, I don't care what you think. You had an affair.
He's very domineering.
Yes,
but she had one too. Apparently, and he caught her.
Yeah,
but she didn't catch him. But who had it first? See, I had a feeling he had his first, and then she. Well, we don't know. I think
that's how his relationship is.
Or maybe what if she had it first, and that's why he talks to her that way? We don't know. Ooh. See, that's a good one, ain't it?
Like
I'm interested.
The respect level has gone down a notch.
Once a man, it's like they can't get over him. It's like if you cheat on a man, he can't get over that.
No matter how bad he cheated on her.
Right. He can't get over it.
He pulls the notch down for respect with her.
Yeah.
But she's a good woman.
Because they feel like if you cheat, it's way more into it than if I cheat. If I cheat, it's just a woman I'm just sleeping with. But if you cheat, it's emotions and all this other stuff.
And then the manlyhood is been messed with because if a man's wife is cheating, that's an effect.
That make him look like less than a man. Ooh. Like you ain't taking care of your business at home. See?
Messy.
So we're going to find out more about that, I think, as the season goes on. And who cheated first and then what I don't know if they're honest. We don't know if they're going to be honest about it.
This is TV.
And if they did cheat, I mean, how they did it, who did it first, who did it second, and what capacity.
Now,
was it an affair or did you just sleep with somebody?
Right. Was it one night stand kind of thing? Now, he's also like that with his son.
I was gonna get to that. So now we go to Monique and Chris, and they with their family,
getting ready to go.
Getting ready, they little cute little kids.
She had all and
talking Monique, about their trip to Africa.
I can honestly say Monique is a good mother.
Yeah,
and how she plans and how she thinks ahead. Because you think about kids on a plane ride to Africa. Yeah, she had activities for them. Yeah, she has certain foods, so
which is fine. Which is fine.
She's ready.
You want somebody to be the person to plan out everything, and Chris don't seem like the type that plan anything. No. So it's good that she's like that.
Right.
But I still, every time I see Monique and Chris, I always feel like she treats him like one of the kids.
Yes, she does.
I feel like he was one of the kids that was at the table.
Are they in counseling?
I don't know, but hopefully
she'll
go back and look at this season and see herself on camera. Because she said she did that in Housewives of Potomac. Remember, she said she saw herself and she didn't like what she saw.
And this self still hasn't changed. She's not totally changed.
Yeah, and I like Monique.
She's
it's
just
Monique is just bossy.
I guess it's like anybody else if we like in our friends.
But you see yourself on TV.
You see that ugly side. Like, I behave that way.
Yeah, you see yourself. Because even on this, sometimes I see myself and I'm bossy. Like I'll be like, you know,
yeah, you are.
Okay.
I'm so glad you're saying that. Go ahead and release.
I didn't say I was going to change.
To the YouTube
I didn't say I was going to change. Well, I said you see yourself. So you understand?
So that's just like seeing a reflection of yourself and going, okay, I'm looking good. Okay, I'm out of here.
I didn't say I was going to change. I just said you see yourself.
I see a bossy woman.
Okay.
Now,
all right.
Tone the bossiness down.
Or you learn how to deal with it.
Oh,
all right, here we go.
Okay.
All right, well, like Irena, she know how to deal with him. Ooh. Just because he watching this show don't mean he gonna change.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying. So he might tone it down a bit, but he gonna be who he is.
And if he get a lot of mean, hateful letters, yeah.
Oh, even
leave her alone. Leave Irena alone.
I don't care. If he the type of personality like me, you can write to your cows come home.
Making some threats.
Well, that's different.
That's crazy world
people.
Looking at people.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But people will write you letters and say, "Yeah, I'll kill you." If you
that's just ridiculous. So anyway, they're at home. They talking again. Monique brings up the fact that he told her to hush.
Yeah,
and he said, "I didn't tell you to shut up." And she said, "I didn't say you told me to shut up. I told you to hush."
Country way of saying, "Be quiet." You know, he said, "I could have said something worse."
Yeah, she said, "I wouldn't have done it." So. It says, why you bring that up again?
I thought
y'all made up for that. Why you bring it up
again?
And
you trying to be on a better path so you can get the relationships. He kept saying, I want romance. I like, we're friends. We're good friends. I just want that romance again. You're not going to get a romance if you treat him like a boy.
You're not going to get a romance if you treat him like one of your kids.
Yes.
It's not going to happen.
He's not going to feel it.
It's almost
in fact, you got to be in such a way where you complimenting him. Make him feel like he's the man of the house and that he's a handsome man, and so he can get in the mood to go, oh, my baby is loving on me. Let me bring her.
You know who they are? To me, they are the other version of Irena and Jamie.
What you mean by
Monique is Jamie, and Chris is Irena.
Yeah.
Walk on eggshells. He said, I feel like I gotta walk on eggshells sometimes. You don't want to make her mad. You don't want to get her upset.
Just make you mad.
You want to please her. You say what you want.
He's I'm not answering the questions the right way.
He's Irena.
There's a tone and way how I said it, and it's all innocent.
And Monique is like Jamie. Yeah. It's like they the opposite. That's so funny. You watch the couples and you see the opposite of both of them.
Yep.
But that's how I see. And the same thing. You want the romance. Because in the upcoming episode, you see Irena and Jamie talk about romance. And he talking about all the stuff he want to do to her. And she say, no, I don't want you doing that.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying.
And then how do you do that in a relationship where your husband...
Chris, they got to both... Here's my thing with both... Here I am, winner. I'm divorced and I'm giving them marriage advice.
Okay.
What they need to do, since I see how I'm winner.
You sound like Winter.
This is Winter.
Trying to give advice.
Exactly. And
I'm divorced. Messy marriage.
Right. And I'm getting ready to give advice.
And you're divorced.
I think what they should do, and people do it all the time. I think what they should do.
I'm like, who the heck she talking about? What's she trying to tell
I think what they should do is Chris needs to take more authoritative action. And same thing with Irena. They need to take more, because I don't think they partners respect them in that sense. Mm-hmm. I don't think Jamie respects Irena. He kind of thinks she kind of stupid in a sense. Don't you? I kind of feel like that. Okay. And I think Monique thinks Chris is a country bumpkin.
Yeah. She does say country.
She throws that around.
Jersey or so you didn't
marry a slow. Yeah.
You're on the same page with me, man. It's
the same respect. You see that? It's the word respect. Now here I am giving advice. A person who was divorced from looking on the outside in like Winter.
Yeah.
I think the word respect is missing in both of those marriages.
Yes.
They don't respect what the other person brings outside of physical things. Like, I think Jamie, he respects that she's a good mom. She brings stability.
Take care of
Same thing with Chris. I mean, with Monique. Yeah. She respects he's a good father. He brings stability. But respect me as a person, as my mind,
my personality,
as a lover.
How I think.
Yeah. As the person who can guide you and direct you into the right way to go. Neither one of them, I think, had that. I could be wrong. We'll see. Okay. As we watch more.
Okay.
So that's what I picked up on that. So anyway, they planned their trip to Kenya, Africa, and apparently that's going to be the rest of the show for them. You don't see them no more. They just show a few little clips of them in Africa. Now, we go to Winter and her mom. We finally see Winter's mom. And Kevin, her husband, that she's divorcing, apparently reached out to Winter's mom and asked her for permission to marry Winter.
Okay.
So her mom feels somewhat responsible because she pushed Winter to marrying this guy who they don't know nothing really.
Winter's a grown woman.
Winter's a grown woman. She's 40 years old.
Thank you.
I think Winter was just lonely.
I think so too. She came out of a bad marriage, and she probably was lonely, and she wants to be married. Why would you even want to be a marriage counselor, an advisor? You like marriage. You like relationships. You like being in one. You like looking at them, giving them advice.
Yeah.
And you didn't have anybody, so you kind of missed the signal.
I think so.
Because the heart was so vulnerable.
Yeah.
And you were still
And
there.
I think that she started crying, but her crying was guilt. Because she felt like they served the papers, the suing her husband at the house. And she felt like her kids could have been there. And I felt like, not guilt, I felt like it was more embarrassment.
You think?
I think it was embarrassment. I think she's embarrassed. I would be embarrassed. You married a criminal.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to be a mom. You're supposed to, your kids supposed to respect you.
And it's unfortunate, even with the first marriage, I know you can't control your spouse's infidelity.
Right.
But he had a baby out of that, and it was the nanny.
2 babies.
So the signs were there. Maybe she missed him again. I don't know.
But that wasn't even what Ashley was saying was, I understand the first one.
I do, but I'm
just
saying.
But the second one, he living with his mom. He's 60 years old. He don't even have a car. You didn't, none of that you knew before you married him?
It's just unfortunate.
Yeah, and then it's her mom.
Yeah.
Why would you give your daughter permission to marry somebody you don't even know?
Thank you. Because I would have, if any kind of
you never met his family
with that, I would have said no.
You're his mom, her mom. Would you want to have met his mom?
Yep.
His family? Before you give permission to marry my daughter?
If you're asked for that permission,
you
still have that moment to say, you know what, let's wait on this. I would love to meet your family.
Yeah.
And we all just have a family get together.
A family dinner.
Yes. And I can talk to your mom and get to know her before I give you my blessing.
I felt that was weird.
That's okay. Yeah, that was kind of rushed.
So now we go to Irena and Ashley. They meet up at the Botox office.
Right. You remember the last episode, Ashley wanted the little fat.
She wanted to get No, this one is the Botox.
Oh, yeah, it's the sweating.
Later on, she wanted to get the fat taken out. Oh, that's lipo.
And she had her butt done, too, she said.
No, she said her butt is real.
Oh, it's real?
Yeah, she said her butt is real.
Oh, okay.
Irena said she wants to get her butt done. So it looks like
I was insinuating that it was...
No, she said my butt is all natural. She said, but Irena said, I want a butt like yours. She wanted to get a butt injection.
Okay.
So they're there getting a Botox shot on her arm and all of that. She said needles don't bother her. And then they just start talking about the dinner the night before and what happened. Ashley is tired of hearing about Winter's marriage. And she said she didn't go, the fact that she didn't go to the man's house, the man didn't have a car.
That, she brought that up
all of that.
With,
but yet you want to give everybody advice on marriage and stuff. And then she said, Irena feels like she's always stuck in the middle. Like you said. She says with her other friends, they fight against each other, and she's always the one that's in the middle.
She's always the one that, you know, like even with her sons and her husband. But she did say, I'm glad she was a little honest with Ashley, where you came at her a little hard.
Right.
You did, Ashley.
And
even though you have your opinions, and you are free to say what you need to say.
Right. You didn't have to cut her down that way.
You was coming at her hard.
And she's saying you didn't have to go at her like that. And Ashley said, I don't think I went at her. And then Ashley turned around and said, well, she came at me and talked about how I'm only reason why I can slide in DMs is because of my husband. But she didn't do that until after you came at her.
Thank you.
She didn't do that first.
Was trying to find some excuse.
She was trying to find a reason.
As the victim as well.
Right. Okay. So that was pretty much that one. That was a boring segment.
I guess they was just trying to show Irena's
always in the middle.
She's in the mix. Trying to get the women to be on the same page.
Yeah.
She even said, we're going to this luncheon to all of us to get together. Yeah. We'll get to know her.
Yeah.
Maybe get to know her.
So now we go to Jamie. Now he wants to have time out with his sons at the boxing ring.
Boxing thing.
And he invited DJ Fun Size Quick to show up. And
that's why I really recognize how short he was.
Yeah, he's real short.
Yes.
And did you notice how he was hitting on the bag? He was just touching the bag like this. I'm like, if y'all really want to get him in the scene, he don't have to be pretending like he hitting the bag. He was literally doing like this while he was talking. Just talk.
Yeah.
Don't pretend like you boxing and all that. Dude, you know you ain't never in no boxing ring.
Just stand straight.
Yeah.
Man and just talk.
So little Jamie, I don't know why they not call him Jamie Jr. He's little Jamie. Grown man.
Almost bigger than his father. I think.
Jamie wanted Senior wanted little Jamie.
You got to learn about
to talk to DJ Quick.
You got to know learn a little bit about. Well, you probably already knew about DJ Quick.
I told
background.
I told you he's famous.
No, not famous. I'm saying I didn't know that he was shot when he was 13.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, he grew up in Baltimore, the streets of Baltimore. Mm-hmm. So he's talking to little Jamie about staying off the streets and you don't want this life
together, man.
And telling him about, and then little Jamie was almost like mesmerized because he said he see him as a celebrity.
Yeah.
So to have him talk to him was,
shot, man, and you
shot
he was in jail.
His friends is dead. All of that, the whole street like that.
Yes.
And then telling him you don't. Most of them. They didn't have a mother or they didn't have a father.
Yes.
You have both.
He lost
There's
his
no
dad
reason.
at 8. He lost his mom at 18. He said he pretty much raised himself.
Yeah. So. There's no reason for little Jamie to be out in the street.
And with both parents.
You got both parents with money.
Thank you.
That you rich. So what reason do you have?
Get your life together. Get your life.
So little Jamie seemed like he was listening to that when they were showing him talking outside.
Okay.
And he off on his diary thing.
Okay.
And he said that he appreciated him talking to him. Did you notice that DJ Quick is opening up a DJ school there? And Jamie wants to get his other son in there, the one that's blind.
But he wanted
Jason.
But DJ Quick wanted to make sure he's not living his life.
He said, "My father wants me to be a DJ." He never said he wanted to be a DJ. And the way he said
that's why
DJ Quick picked it up. And if you notice on the upcoming episode, he tells his dad, "You want me to be a DJ?"
I don't want to be a DJ.
And then he was like, "Well, what you gonna be?" He said, "I could work Apple or something." It's almost he does the same thing to Raina.
Yeah.
It's almost like he thinking you're blind. How you gonna work for Apple or whatever?
Right. Like
he don't respect his son.
I know he don't respect nobody. And for me, there's something missing there in him, where the insecurity there. If you're lashing out at your wife and your son,
sons, both
sons. Something now everybody's going to start thinking. Hopefully, these people are watching this.
They watch it back and go, you say it's me.
That's me.
It's me
because I'm doing it with my sons.
Which brings up a whole nother show we could do later on.
What?
Monique and D.L. Hughley is at it.
They are.
Oh yeah, this is a good show. I might cut this one and do a second show to talk about that. Oh, she cussed him out on stage and everything. This was recent.
On stage or on her show?
On stage. They on stage together. Oh, well, it's later.
Oh, wait a minute. Not this Monique.
No, not this Monique.
Comedian Monique. I was like, why would this Monique?
No, the comedian.
Oh, Monique. It makes sense.
Yeah.
That Monique.
When you said
that Monique will
when
cut
you
said
out. Sometimes you got to step back and say maybe it's you. Mm-hmm. That's what made me think about it.
Ooh.
Okay, but anyway, maybe we'll do it after this. I don't know. We'll
Let
see.
me watch it.
That might be a 10-minute. You watch first.
They showing it?
She cuss a lot, so you're going to have to go through all the cussing. You don't like cussing, so.
He's on stage too?
Just watch it. You'll watch it. We'll do that show again. We'll do that show. Maybe tomorrow.
Man, Monique update.
Either that or it's 9 o'clock, so we'll do that tomorrow maybe.
Got it.
If not, later on tonight, we'll just take it.
But yeah, maybe he'll watch this show
and see how he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's him.
So then we go to Winter. Wait a minute, Jamie wants to change his life. Oh, his little Jamie wants to change his life.
Yeah.
So he does want to change his life.
Okay.
So then we go to Winter, Ashley, and Irena.
Who's that?
And Tasha. Tasha is the hairdresser for Monique. You probably never noticed it.
That's right. She was at the house.
Okay, so then she was there.
With the nose jewelry too.
Okay, which is fine. That's fine.
Don't wear that while you're eating.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking, yuck.
Okay, so they all are at brunch.
Okay.
And Winter invited all of them there.
Yeah.
Monique wasn't there because she's in Kenya, Africa.
Winter's trying
with her family
to get the friendship going with the 4 ladies.
Yeah. So she said she just wants to develop a friendship. She don't know
what Ashley she's going to get because she saw 2 nasty sides
and
of
she
her.
wants to have this brunch to kind of open up a line of communication.
And Irena had already
create a
friendship. Ashley, let's come on and let's try to be open and honest.
So Ashley says, well, the word friend, that's a big word. Yeah. I agree with her.
I do agree with her. I think the thing is, and we know a lot of people like this. We know
everybody not your friend.
We know a lot of people in the community that's like this. We know a lot of people in business and what do you call it for entertainment. Mm-hmm. They say the right thing. Their delivery is ugly.
That's Ashley.
The delivery.
Ashley,
you are saying the right thing. Yeah. Friendship is a very serious word. You don't call everybody your friend.
You trying to be my friend.
But why would you say it sneering?
Yeah. Well, you know, friend is a big word.
You ain't.
Yeah. Like, in other words, you'll never be my friend.
Now, she could have said it. You know what?
We can work on that. That's a big word.
To me is a very big word.
And so I like to start off as acquaintance, and then I get to know you more.
Yes,
she didn't do that.
She rough, and who's to say the producers are not saying
she could just be
yourself, Ashley.
Right.
Come at
but I got a feeling that's really Ashley.
Oh, Lord.
I think that's
her. That's what I was trying to tell you earlier. Her husband is a nice guy to me.
Yeah, DJ Quick. Yeah,
I don't think he would want to. You think he's okay with her being that ugly and nasty?
He ain't never home.
Oh.
That's why he ain't never there.
You're right. That's why she's getting ugly
and
nasty.
So, saying friend is a big thing for her.
Okay.
And then they go back into the word success.
Okay.
And what is your definition of success? I kind of agree with Ashley. Mm-hmm. Success is being successful at what you're doing.
Yes, whatever you're doing.
Monique. Winter seems to think that's not what the word success means.
Winter is making an excuse for, I think she's trying to say that a person can still be successful even though the mishappenings they have no control over has nothing to do with them and where they are and their knowledge of things.
But Ashley is saying, I'm not
successful in their knowledge.
Ashley's saying, I'm not saying you're not successful. I'm saying you're not a successful marriage counselor. And I agree with her.
Exactly. And
how you gonna be a marriage counselor and you have failed marriages?
Well, that's why Irena said, take ownership. Winter.
Why can't she take ownership?
You messed up.
Why can't she go the route like I'm saying where
prideful?
That's it. Why can't she go the route of I'm going to still be a marriage counselor, but I'm going to show you what not to do?
Yes.
Why she can't do that?
And you're right, Ashley. I did miss the sign.
But again, Tasha jumps in and says, what you're saying is correct, Ashley. It's your delivery.
Yes.
And then that's when Ashley said to the producers, who is this woman? Why is she here?
But she's right.
Part of this cast.
She and Irena.
I know, but
all
it was just
three
funny.
of them said your delivery.
I thought that was funny. That she was like, why are you talking?
You're just a hairstylist.
You're a hairstylist. Again, downing people.
Yes.
Tasha can say what she wants. And she said, I was at the dinner. I have an opinion too.
Yes.
In other words, Ashley was probably saying, why was you even at the dinner?
Oh, stop. Because Monique invited her. Ashley.
I thought that was funny. But then Winter thought she was going to catch Ashley when she said, well, what do you consider Irena? You consider her your friend? Ashley said, no, I don't.
And Irena was like face dropped.
Oh, I'm not your friend?
But then she was nice how she came back and said, we're working on that we're in the beginning stages or
Ashley was absolutely correct.
Yes.
I don't know nothing about you and your husband's life. I don't know nothing. You're not my friend.
And we don't know that. Watching this show, Monique must be the center of these ladies' lives because all these ladies know Monique. It's kind of like Housewives of Atlanta, right? With Nene,
right?
Nene,
they was all surrounded around Nene,
Kim, and all.
And you notice the show is lacking because Nene's not there. Those women don't have no connection. None to Marlo.
They're trying to hold on to at least the 10 years.
Connection they have is from the show,
right?
And they're trying to hold on to dear life to it, and it's not registering to the audience.
Yeah.
When Nene was there was a connection because of Nene.
Yes.
So they was able to all bounce off of her.
Kim.
Exactly. Even if it was being angry at her, we both angry at Nene. It's like it's all Nene.
Exactly.
I don't like Nene. Kenya, I don't like Nene either. So let's talk about how we don't like Nene.
Don't all housewives pretty much have a center of one or two ladies? Because Housewives of Potomac is Karen.
Yes.
So
right. It wasn't at first. It was supposed to be Cherie. Cherie was the main person.
Really?
When the Housewives of Potomac started off, it was Cherie who got everybody together. Remember Cherie? She was on there. She's not on there no more. The other one that was married to the husband and got the divorce.
Oh, that's right.
They all centered around her.
The one that divorced her.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
That's right. She was the center.
And Karen and Giselle are friends too. They were friends for a long time. And now that's why everything is centering kind of around Giselle now. Because everything, I don't think it's Karen. I think it's Giselle.
I think it's still Karen.
I think it's Giselle.
No, I think it's still Karen and Giselle together.
It's one got to be the main one. I think it's Giselle.
I think so.
All right, we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that. That's a good
one. All right, so that was Love and Marriage, season 1, episode 3. Right?
It's hanging on. Okay, it's keeping my interest.
We gotta see
because
what
I'm learning
happens.
about these couples.
We learning about the couples. We gotta see what happens.
The husbands.
This week starts the Real Housewives of Dubai. It's already got some
spark plugs.
People complaining about it, and women's rights groups and things like that. It's in Dubai. And then they said none of the women are from Dubai. These are
of course not.
Right.
Of course not.
And then it's just a lot of stuff. We'll talk about it.
If they're originally from Dubai, wouldn't they be from that culture, that ethnicity?
And they wouldn't be on that show. Those women in Dubai would never be on a show like that.
Women that living in Dubai.
Yeah.
And who's to say that you have to be from that city?
None of them. Even in the Housewives and stuff, they're not from those cities.
And another thing with the Housewives,
Cynthia was from Alabama.
Thank you. And another thing about the Housewife franchise, some of them not even married.
Exactly.
They're not even a housewife. Marlo's don't have no kids, and she ain't married.
So we'll see. We'll talk about that later. But right now it's Love and Marriage, season 1, episode 3, DC. It looked like it was everything. Everybody was coming for winter.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Yeah, winter's the center.
Winter was the center.
And the husbands. These husbands have to step their game up.
Yeah,
because we're seeing that there's issues with each couple.
Yeah,
both sides.
Yeah,
so we'll see how that grows.
It seemed like though in this show it's more the women than it is the men that have the problems. Because DJ Quick is okay.
No, each couple's different, you said.
But it's only one husband. That's the problem. Right. Well, other than Kevin, that's the criminal, apparently, allegedly. See. But anyway. All right, y'all. So that was Love and Marriage, season 1, episode 3. We may do the show on Monique and D.L. Hewley.
Okay.
But you got to look at it first to see what you think. Okay. That's comedian, so that's going to spark my interest right there.
Okay.
So... All right, y'all. That was...
And I don't really care because I don't really like him that much. But we'll see.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. You sure don't. So it's going to be interesting to see what you're going to say then. So you're not going to be on his side probably. Okay, anyway.
We'll see.
All right, ready? So that was Another Woods Report. See you later.